first forum, the question was asked, would you raise property tax for recreation? Sue answered yes, and Tom answered no. Please explain.
Okay. I think there's a misperception out there, a misconception on property taxes and the need. If you need to generate more money, the question was, just for the audience, the question was, if I remember it right, correct me if I'm wrong, but it has something to the effect of, would you support an increase in property taxes to fund parks and recreation, if I'm recalling the question right? And I just don't support that. I think until we sit down and we take a look at, are we getting the lowest cost government services that we possibly can for the dollars we have? There's ways of increasing property tax revenue. One, you can just take more of their tax-paying money right now, you just take more of your hard-earned money, or we could expand services and start being a little more business-friendly and maybe grow the economy, and by doing that, increase property valuations horizontally instead of reaching into your pockets every time we need more services. You want to do that without sacrificing any of the services that are the programs that we need to have. So that's my purpose for saying I would not support it. I agree, sometimes we shouldn't take so much pride in having the lowest tax base in the state.
And I'll reread the question for Sue again. In the first forum, the question was asked, would you raise property tax for recreation? Sue answered yes, and Tom answered no. Please explain.
I think I want to say I appreciate the opportunity to answer that because I'm in here. But again, it goes back to economic development. And I guess my thought is to better what we have within our infrastructure of our parks and our recreation. Those things are necessary for us, I believe, as we ask others to come here and invest in us and bring their businesses to Norfolk. Now, if what it means is that it's going to be from tax dollars, and that's how again, I go back to, we have to be willing to invest if we're going to ask others to invest in us. And I wish I could remember better how this all came about, but certainly I think we can look at that a little different right now, though, because with Keno dollars that have now come to us, and my understanding is certainly that's to be a part of dollars spent toward parks and recreation. And like I say, I can't say that I would ever discourage us from an increase in taxes if that is what it's going to take to allow us to better our facilities as far as recreational facilities. But I think it's, at this point, the fact that we do have Keno being available to us, I believe that's going to take care of some of those issues. And truly what I'd like to see us do is develop a board that is responsible for parks and recreation maybe, and that board then becomes a sounding block to our council members.
Tom, would you like to rebuttal?
I hate the word rebuttal, but I would like to comment. I just think that public policy, and it just should always encourage the involvement of citizens in future ways tax dollars are going to be spent. And I just think that citizens deserve to have that kind of a policy in place. You know, I'm not real sure how we engage the community. I know we just are, in fact, if I remember right, we just approved a budget, you know, and I'm a mayoral candidate, and had virtually no involvement in any of the discussions. So I would say that we need to kind of elevate the awareness of how the tax dollars are being spent and have a vehicle in place where we can have open meetings like this where we can discuss how your dollars are being spent before we just say we're going to raise taxes.